sees the memes of production, and the like and subscribe button. Their main grievance seems to be she's just running on being young without any substantive policy. I mean, she's got a policy list on her website, but I've said before, like, to me, at this point, policy matters a lot less than having fire in your belly. The liberal obsession with policy when you're not even strong enough to enact that policy is myopic. Like, the first thing you need is strength. Policy comes after. Without strength to enact policy, what is the point of your policy? Also, anyone can say they have a good policy. Mamdani's policy first, though? No. Mamdani's spirit first. He leads with his policy, yeah, but it's his strength that carries it. If Mamdani was just another, what, Yimby? I mean, okay, so he's a progressive. What makes him different is his strength. That's why he's different, That's what matters most, having aura. Remember what politics is? Okay, politics is not being a fiddly little technocrat, a little bureaucrat up on Capitol Hill, okay? Politics is the art of convincing people to believe what you believe in. If you can't do that, you don't deserve the job. So many Democrats don't understand this. They think that the ultimate politician is somebody who can, like, effortlessly navigate the fiddly bureaucracy, and they, like, get to little policy wonk adjustments or whatever, but do they inspire people? Do they change minds? Do they lead the country in a new direction? Do they build a movement? No? Then they're not a politician. They're a bureaucrat. Bureaucrats are the people who are supposed to be good at navigating the halls of power and, like, getting the little policy wonk business done. That's their business. It's good to have both, but, like, let's start with the important part of the job description. Some Arizonans in the subreddit seem to have negative associations since she was a Kamala staffer. Okay, there are lots of young people who are Kamala staffers. I don't think that's disqualifying at all. When her opponent's father was backing Bernie in 2020. Anybody who mentions her father when talking about her viability, Grijalva, as far as I'm concerned, is instantly disqualified. You are a monarchist. What are you talking about? Seriously? What, the person who produced the candidate was good, so they must be good? Oh, go vote for Cuomo in the general, you piece of shit. What are you talking about? What does that have to do with anything? A lot of bad arguments. Are my arguments good if I agree with you? Yes, definitionally yes. I'll take the bait. Oh my god, I didn't see how much text there was before I open the link up. Jesus. Why are they like this? She's instead running against somebody whose father endorsed Bernie in 2016. Why do people bring this up? Grijalva received $0 from AIPAC. Yeah, she just attended, like, a national conference, though. We know they're a lib since their essay posting. That's true. AOC and Bernie Sanders both endorsed Grijalva. Didn't they both endorse Fetterman as well? These are largely bad arguments. You guys disappoint me consistently. I try not to police this discourse too hard because there was a lot of genuine disagreement. I did ban someone for making a post saying you only supported her because she's hot. That's great. That's good. Yeah, I don't know. It's the disingenuous liberal, the persnickety liberal, the mischievous liberal who tries to worm their way into human discourse. They're always like this on the subreddit, Yes, the perfidious liberal, thank you. Okay, but lefties like Hassan don't like Deja too? And if the people have a good reason to dislike her, they wouldn't have to make bad arguments. And yet, they're not like this in OKBV? No, they're extremely annoying from a different direction, that's true. I do say, though, or I have to say, I guess, it is a little bit disheartening, or maybe not disheartening, that's not the right word. It's a bit of a warning sign for the future of any real progressive movement in this country that everybody immediately starts turning to eat their own tail, as soon as, like, anything doesn't turn into a flash-in-the-pan victory like Mamdani. People start to think of, like, well, every race has to be like Mamdani. Every race has to be this insane, hyper-prominent national movement with a huge amount of momentum and a perfect candidate. And it's like, no, actually. I will back candidates who are not even that great if I think they're part of changing this country for the better. Like, we need to wrest power from the establishment Democrats. That does not happen with, like, 200 Mamdanis across the country. That's not realistic. That happens by setting up a front and fighting every game you can. You play ball whenever you get the opportunity, and sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Certainly doesn't warrant this kind of essay posting. Jesus Christ. So we lost. It happens. Keep it up. Go getting all flooded with self-doubt the nanosecond anyone has any disagreement over the viability of a candidate. They do only want to support people who are 49-51 of the polls. That's true. Everyone, yeah, people who only want to play a game when their shot's the one that's going to bring it over the line, you know? It's not serious, not a real movement. Please do not suck it. We had like 4 days to move the needle by 60 points, come on. Wait, what do you mean, come on? What am I'm not dogging on you. If you win and you phone bank, then that's great. Or canvassed. I said this last stream, but a person who I know on Twitter was DM'd me and showed me a selfie that they took of somebody who said that they were canvassing. They were a fan of mine. Ain't that great? Put the work in. You always play. You know, even if you lose the game, you still get better quads at the end of it. Bernie supporting Grijalva over Fox was disappointing. I'm pretty sure that endorsement came out before Fox was even a real contender in the race. Can't really retract an endorsement, not unless something serious happens. Bernie congratulated Grijalva. Bernie congratulates he endorsed her. Of course he would. She is bad as Cuomo. Come on, guys. You guys have to widen your perspective a little bit, okay? Bernie with Mamdani. Yeah, I saw. It was nice. They look good. Look at the beard lineup on Mamdani here. Very good. You know, a lot of guys don't do that proper. They don't like trim the underside. They just let the hair on the underside of their jaw taper off. They only bother with shaping everything that they can see when looking straight ahead in the mirror. It's called a neck beard. No, I don't believe in that. A neck beard is when you have a beard that just grows out and you don't have much hair in the front of your face, so it mostly grows down. I don't think it's a neck beard if you just are unshaven and have a bushy beard all over that's not shaped. A neck beard has to be distinguished. It has to be specific to the neck. You have to look at it and go, oh my god, the beard is on the neck. You can't just go like, well, there's hair on the neck. Hair grows on the neck. Like, that's going to happen if you don't shave for a day. Looking like Weekend at Bernie's? No, I think they took this photo on Tuesday. A big reason Deja lost was she made no effort to outreach to tribal leadership or community. This is it, Paul. She lost by like 60 points or something. I'm pretty sure there are a lot of reasons why she lost. The largest of which is name recognition, of course. Like her opponent literally had a father with her last name who was very popular and in that seat for a long time. And a lot of people innately defer to monarchy in times of crisis, you know. Not even in times of crisis. People just, you know the last name, that's all you need to know. Oh, this person came from the balls of a guy that I like. All right, well, there you go. That's all I need. How many voters do you think didn't realize her father was dead and thought they were voting for him? A significant number, I guarantee you. Trolls love the idea of legacy. They really do. Peasant brain fucks. Ooh, this is fun. Federal judge reverses rule that would have removed medical debt from credit reports. We're bringing America back, baby. Fine for a fella such as myself who has no medical debt. I mean, I'm medically uninsured, so that could change at any moment. But federal judge in Texas removed a Biden-era finalized rule by the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Does that still exist? That would have removed medical debt from credit reports. That's nice. Judge Sean Jordan of Texas's Eastern District, who was appointed by Trump, found on Friday the rule exceeded the CFPB's authority. So they're not permitted to remove medical debt from credit reports. Cool. Credit reports should not exist, man. Removing medical debt from consumer credit reports was expected to increase the credit scores of millions of families by an average of 20 points. Often used to deny mortgage applications. Does it only affect Texas? No, it's a federal judge. It's just in Texas. Well, yeah, you shouldn't have credit reports because you shouldn't have credit scores. Yeah, Benjamin, but obviously if you're going to have credit scores, you should have credit reports. But, you know, the CFPB would estimated the rule would have removed $49 billion in medical debt from the credit reports of 15 million Americans. According to the agency, 1 in 5 Americans have at least one medical debt collection account in the credit records. Over half the collection entries and credit reports are for medical debts. The problem disproportionately affects people of color. Woke. Established by Congress after the 2008 financial crisis. Monitor credit, da-da-da. Yeah, the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau basically doesn't exist anymore. Earlier this year, the Trump administration requested the agency halt nearly all its operations, effectively shutting it down. So that's cool. It really is just all bullshit at this point. I mean, listen, we're going to see, okay, the real hammer being brought down on the American economy would be if he actually ousts Powell. That's the real one. Because apparently, he's been getting louder about it. Hold on, I saw some updates on this feed. Mike Johnson says a new Fed chair would be helpful. Trump waves a prop letter about firing the Fed chair while meeting lawmakers. The president waived it during a discussion with lawmakers Tuesday night about firing Federal Reserve Chair Jeremy Powell, but it was essentially a prop drafted by someone else. Trump hasn't drafted an actual letter firing Powell, according to a person familiar who spoke on the condition of anonymity to describe the private meeting. There are a bunch of people with their fingers over the red button on this one. Trump's draft of letter to fire Fed chair. He asked Republicans if he should send it. Oh, man. They're gonna do the big funny. The Supreme Court has essentially given Trump permission to get rid of Powell. So he's gonna set the interest rate to like -1% or something. His term ends next year. Do they have zero patience? I mean, he wants to jumpstart the economic rate of the country pronto.